We are standing right now at INS Chilka, which is the Navy base that the Indian Navy has in the state of Odisha, where almost 3,000 Agniveers are getting trained. These 3,000 Agniveers, consisting of both men and women, have been inducted ever since the Agniveer scheme by the government got implemented in June last year. Over here, we are seeing that the Agniveers are undergoing rigorous training that begins at 6:30 in the morning with the parade. Behind me, you can see that the parade is going on, and these Agniveers will soon be inducted in the Indian Navy. When did you decide that I have to join Agnipath scheme?
Ma'am, I am from Odisha. My name is Somirajan Panda, Agniveer SSR. That, ma'am, I have tried join defense forces last 3 and 4 years.
Where are you from?
I am from Odisha, ma'am. ये डिफेंस फोर्सेस ज्वाइन करना, वर्दी तो पहनना एक मतलब बहुत जुनून आता है। मतलब देश को कई बच्चे सपोर्ट कर पाते हैं। देश डिफेंस फोर्सेस ज्वाइन करना सभी के नसीब में नहीं होता है। मैम, जब मैं कॉलेज में था तो एनसीसी लिया था, तो उसी से देखा था। नेवल एनसीसी में था तो वहाँ पे जो जितना भी पेटी ऑफिसर स्टाफ थे उनसे मैं मोटिवेट हुआ था डिफेंस फोर्सेस ज्वाइन करने के लिए। और जो शारीरिक मानसिक ताकत मिलता है इधर, वो कई बच्चों को नहीं मिल पाता है शायद। इसीलिए मैडम मैंने जन देश के लिए कुछ करने के लिए जॉइन किया मैडम।
तो आपको देश की सिक्योरिटी के बारे में क्या चीज़ें पता है और आप देश को कैसे प्रोटेक्ट करेंगे, आपको लगता है?
मैम, मैं मेरा जितना भी इधर जो मुझे शारीरिक और मानसिक जो ट्रेन किया है उसी हिसाब से मैं अपने देश को प्रोटेक्ट कर सकता हूँ। जैसे मैंने नेवल एनसीसी ज्वाइन किया तो मेरे सी का जो बॉर्डर है उसी को प्रोटेक्ट करूँगी। सेलिंग का टाइम पूरा ध्यान रखूँगी और देश के लिए खुद की जान भी चले जाए तो कोई परवाह नहीं है।
अच्छा, मेरा आखिरी सवाल आपसे, जैसे आप में जोश बहुत भरा है, लेकिन जैसे बोला जा रहा है अग्निवीर जो स्कीम है कि 25% को वो लोग नेवी में लेंगे जो बेहतरीन ट्रेनिंग के रिजल्ट्स जिनके आएंगे, और जो 75% है उनको फ्री कर दिया जाएगा। तो अगर सोच लीजिए आपको वो 25% में आप नहीं आए तो आपका फ्यूचर प्लान क्या है?
मैम, ये जो मुझे मिला है ना, जो 4 साल में जो डिसिप्लिन मिला, जो मुझे मतलब देश के लिए कुछ करने को मौका मिला, तो उससे तो मैं मेरे पेरेंट्स सारे तो गर्वित होंगे। उसके बाद मेरा जो डिसिप्लिन लाइफ बन जाएगी, उसी से तो मतलब जो यूथ रहेंगे 75 वो इतना डिसिप्लिन नहीं हो पाते हैं, मतलब जो बाहर सिविल में रहते। तो जब डिफेंस फोर्सेस ज्वाइन करेंगे तो 4 साल बाद जब निकलेंगे कुछ तो कुछ करेंगे, लेकिन उनका लाइफ इतना डिसिप्लिन होगा वो तो मैम बहुत आगे बढ़ जाएंगे।
I have with me today the commanding officer of INS Chilka, Commodore NP Pradeep. Welcome to ABPLive, sir, and just wanted to understand from you the kind of training module that the Agniveers are going through with the Indian Navy in INS Chilka.
Madam, first of all, we start after the government of India had made the announcement of Agnipath scheme. Indian Navy was first off the block, and we inducted the first batch of Agniveers commencing end November. 1st December onwards, their training has started. So, majority of the activities comprise of outdoor activities like PT, drill, watermanship training, firing practice, and in addition, there are some indoor training also. Basically, it is about the academic classes and something about service subjects.
Sir, I believe that in INS Chilka you have also, this has undergone major changes to accommodate the training of the Agniveers. And I believe that, going forward, this will be made more modern, more updated. Can you shed some light on that?
This particular badge is particularly important to us because we also have with us the women Agniveers who have been inducted for the very first time in the armed forces. And for accommodating the women Agniveers, we have prepared one particular accommodation block, made it woman friendly. To that extent, the CCTV cameras were put in the various divisional blocks, and the bathrooms underwent some modification. Within the dormitory itself, we have created some changing rooms, certain curtains, and in the washrooms, we have provided the geysers, washing machines for better hygiene. Sanitary napkin lockers are available. and we also have the disposal method for this. So we have made the whole divisional block very woman friendly.
So now coming to the larger aspect of the Agniveer scheme, now when it was launched in June 2022. There were so many apprehensions, there were protests, people were debating. But I mean, after this, when I can see that they are having a seamless training at par as what the Navy officers they get. But then, do they realize the priorities of the national security in this country once they will be absorbed? If they are absorbed, the 25% who will be, do they realize the priorities of the national security? What are the challenges that India is facing, especially in the maritime domain?
Madam, as far as the realization of the young generation is concerned, I think is really spot on, and they are much more informed than, say, probably when I joined the armed forces, because of obviously the information that is available all over, and they absolutely have no doubt about this particular scheme as such, that after 4 years what will happen to them and what will they do, etc. And as far as the quality of the training is concerned, with that also we have seen that there is absolutely no drop. And as far as their standards are also concerned, they are absolutely very high. And whatever facilities we have here, you must have already seen today that we have world-class facilities. And as far as the training is concerned, there is no compromise on that.
And also, are they being taught that, which are India's adversaries when, if they really join the force as, as the real force in the national security apparatus, do they understand the meaning of an adversary, the meaning of being, securing your seas? Because right now, Indo-Pacific and Indian Ocean region is the biggest foreign policy cornerstone, and also for our security.
Madam, we do have guest lecturers who are experts in this field coming and taking lectures for them. But I will also say that this is a boot camp training, and this is a very nascent stage when the child has just finished 12th standard and joined us. So during his professional training and subsequent journey in the Navy, he will be made aware of all these issues, which are presently, I feel it is too premature for them to understand these things. Otherwise, we have guest lectures regularly who do give this perspective.
And so my last question to you, once these boys and girls, they pass out, people who will be absorbed the Agniveers, their life will be made. What about the others? Do you think they also have a brighter future ahead?
Madam, actually, I will say that everybody has a brighter future, whether he is in the Navy or he is out of the Navy. This 4 years that he spends in the Navy, the kind of discipline, the kind of values of duty, honor, courage that Indian Navy stands for, all this will get instilled in him, and he will be head over shoulders above the person who is not an Agniveer and who is looking for the same kind of job.
So as you can see here, the Agniveers are undergoing rigorous swimming training, because that is going to be the core competence that they will be having in the Indian Navy if they have to be inducted as the officers. Now, as you are aware that out of the 75%, out of all the Agniveers that are getting training, 25% will be absorbed, which is why a rigorous test is going on, and a massive competition is also underway within the Agniveers so as to get absorbed in the final in the forces. Now, under the Agniveer scheme, the Agniveers will be enrolled in the forces under the respective services acts for a period of 4 years. They would form a distinct rank in the armed forces, different from any other existing ranks. Upon the completion of the 4 years of service, based on organizational requirement and policies promulgated by the armed forces from time to time, the Agniveers will be offered an opportunity to apply for permanent enrollment in the armed forces. We are at a location where the Agniveers, the boys who will be passing out by the end of this month, are undergoing rigorous training exercise in terms of swimming, and because that is the basic that you will require to be inducted in the Indian Navy. We have someone with us who is taking care, monitoring every single day how these boys and also the girls are undergoing the swimming test. सर, वेलकम टू एबीपी लाइव. आप हमें बताएं यहाँ पे क्या चल रहा है और ये ट्रेनिंग कितना महत्व रखता है नेवी के लिए?
थैंक यू मैम. मैं राममोहन सिंह, मास चीफ पीटीआई, फिजिकल ट्रेनिंग इंचार्ज चिल्का. हमारा कोशिश होता है इनिशियल स्टार्टिंग से कि हर बच्चे पास होके जाए. कुछ बच्चे ट्रेनिंग सबको बराबर दी जाती है, कुछ बच्चे जल्दी पिकअप कर लेते हैं, कुछ बच्चे लेट पिकअप करते हैं, और कुछ मेडिकल इशू या किसी कारणवश वो कंप्लीट नहीं कर पाते. तो जैसे फिट होते हैं उनको पूल में हम डालते हैं, जब आते हैं, कुछ बच्चे ऐसे आते हैं कि जो पानी देखे नहीं हैं, चिल्का में आके स्विमिंग पूल देखे हैं, तो उनके लिए थोड़ा सा मुश्किल होता है। कुछ बच्चे विलेज टाइप आते हैं जहाँ नदी है, नाले हैं, या कुछ ऐसे चीज़ें हैं जहाँ वो पहले से थोड़ा बहुत किए हैं, यहाँ पर थोड़ा टेक्निक और ट्रेनिंग देने पर वो पिकअप कर लेते हैं। कुछ बच्चे ऐसे हैं जो पानी से उनका कोई नाश्ता नहीं है, तो हमारे लिए थोड़ा उनको मेहनत करा करके, मेहनत एफर्ट डाल करके और उनको हम स्विमिंग कराते हैं। और इच्छा हमारी ही रहती है और इनकी भी यही रहती है कि यहाँ से हम कंप्लीट ट्रेनिंग करके पास आउट होकर सेफली चले जाएं।
So we are standing right now at the place where the sailing training goes on, and where the Agniveers, both boys and girls, they are trained on how to probably operate a boat, because when they finally go into the forces, if they do, they will have to deal, the ship will be their second home, so to say. So here we have two women Agniveers with us. They are bright young girls who are from Uttar Pradesh, and one is also from Madhya Pradesh. They are going to tell us their experience and why did they believe in the Agniveer scheme. तो आप हमें बताएं पहले, आप कहाँ से हैं और आपने अग्निवीर क्यों ज्वाइन किया?
यस मैम। मेरा नाम नेहा राठौर, अग्निवीर SSR है। मैं MP से हूँ। मेरा बचपन से सपना था इंडियन नेवी में आने का, जो अब पूरा हो गया है। मेरे पेरेंट्स ने भी मेरा बहुत सपोर्ट किया आने में।
तो आप ये मुझे बताएं, पेरेंट्स ने तो सपोर्ट किया, लेकिन आना आसान था? कहाँ से आप आती हैं? आपने क्या पहले एप्लीकेशन दिया, फिर आपका सिलेक्शन कैसे हुआ?
मैम मैं विलेज से हूँ। वहाँ पर आना इतना वो इजी नहीं था, बट पेरेंट्स के सपोर्ट से मैं आ गई यहाँ पर।
अच्छा, तो आप यहाँ पे कितने महीनों से है और क्या क्या ट्रेनिंग अभी तक आपकी हो चुकी है?
मैम हमारी ट्रेनिंग 4 मंथ की है। हम पास आउट होने वाले हैं 28 को। हमने यहाँ पर स्विमिंग सीखी, बोट पुलिंग सीखी, और पहले ये सब आसान नहीं था क्योंकि ये हमें आता नहीं था, बट यहाँ के इंस्ट्रक्टर और ऑफिसर्स वगैरह इन्होंने सब ने हमें सिखाया है, तो ये अब हमें आसान लगता है।
अच्छा, आप हमें बताएं आपका नाम, और पहले तो आप कहाँ से हैं, और जो हम सबको सब जानना चाहते हैं कि अग्निवीर देखिए पहला नया स्कीम है, किसी को नहीं पता इसका फाइनल आउटकम क्या होगा, लेकिन आप पहले बैच में से हैं आप दोनों, तो एक्सपीरियंस कैसा रहा और आपका लॉन्ग टर्म प्लान कैसा रहेगा, और यहाँ पे INS चिल्का में आपने क्या नया सीखा?
मैम मेरा नाम सपना गंगवार, अग्निवीर SSR। मैं उत्तर प्रदेश बरेली से रहने वाली हूँ। मैम जैसा कि आपने बताया कि हम फर्स्ट बैच है, तो हम हाईली मोटिवेटेड हैं, और ऐसा नहीं है मतलब 4 ईयर के बाद हम कंटिन्यू करना चाहते हैं अपनी सर्विस, क्योंकि नेवी ने हमें इतना सिखा दिया है सब कुछ। और एक्सपीरियंस ये है कि जब हम यहाँ आए थे तो हमें स्विमिंग, हम नॉन स्विमर थे बट हम स्विमिंग कर सकते हैं, पुलिंग रिगाटा, बोट पुलिंग। और मैं जैसे NCC कैडेट नहीं हूँ, तो आई डोंट नो हाउ टू डू ड्रिल, बट आई नो नाउ आई डू।
तो ये बताएं, जैसे ये सब स्किल्स आपने सीख लिया है ना, अब अग्निवीर स्कीम के तहत 25% विल बी अब्जॉर्ब्ड इन द नेवी, बाकी शायद ना भी हो। तो अगर ना होता है, सोच मेरे तो यही शुभकामनाएं रहेंगी कि आप लोगों को हो, क्योंकि ये पहली बार नेवी विमेन को लेंगी एज सेलर्स। लेकिन अगर ना हो, फिर भी ये स्किल सेट आपको कैसे लगता है आगे जाके आपको कैसे यूटिलाइज इसको करेंगी?
मैम नेवी हमें इतना एक्सपीरियंस बना देगी कि हम लाइफ में कुछ कर सकते हैं। आफ्टर 4 ईयर्स हम अपनी पढ़ाई भी कंटिन्यू कर सकते हैं, और आगे जो हमारे ड्रीम होंगे वो हम कंप्लीट कर सकते हैं, और बाकी तो अपनी ब्रांच के हिसाब से जो फिर हम आगे कंटिन्यू कर सकते हैं।
आप जब यहाँ आई थी क्लास 12, या आप कॉलेज के ग्रेजुएशन दे के आई थी?
मैम मेरा 12th हो गया था और BSc फर्स्ट ईयर में थी मैम।
अच्छा, BSc फर्स्ट ईयर में थी। तो इसके बाद आप लोगों का ट्रेनिंग फिर से शुरू होगा मई के महीने से, तो इस बीच आप लोग क्या करेंगे?
इस बीच मैम अभी जो स्विमर्स हैं वो शिप ट्रेनिंग के लिए जाएंगे, आधे लोग घर जाएंगे, और फिर उसके बाद हमें छुट्टी दी जाएगी। फिर मतलब ब्रांच के हिसाब से हमें भेजा जाएगा मतलब प्रोफेशनल ट्रेनिंग के लिए।
अच्छा, आप मुझे ये बताइए, जब अग्निवीर स्कीम जून में पिछले साल जब अनाउंस हुआ, लोगों में काफ़ी क्वेश्चंस थी, काफ़ी सारा प्रोटेस्ट भी हुआ कि पता नहीं इसका क्या होने वाला है। अभी जैसे हम देख रहे हैं काफ़ी स्मूथ ट्रेनिंग हो रहा है, लेकिन अभी भी क्वेश्चन है कि इसका फाइनली क्या होगा। तो आप जब आपको कोई पूछता है कि आप अग्निवीर बन के क्या करोगी बाद में, आप क्या जवाब देते हैं उसका?
मैम यहाँ पर हमें बहुत सारा एक्सपीरियंस होता है। ऐसा कुछ नहीं है कि मतलब 4 साल के बाद इसमें परमानेंट नहीं हुए तो क्या करेंगे। इतना नेवी एक्सपीरियंस करवा सकती है कि 4 साल के बाद हम कुछ ना कुछ तो कर ही सकते हैं।
अच्छा, तो दोनों से अब मैं आखिरी सवाल पूछती हूँ। किसी भी फील्ड में विमेन के लिए आसान नहीं होता है अपना एक छाप बनाना, है ना। चाहे वो फोर्सेस में हो या फिर हमारे जर्नलिज्म में हो, किसी में भी। तो आप दोनों मुझे सेपरेटली बताएगा क्या क्या चैलेंजेस आप लोगों ने अपने पर्सनल लाइफ में भी ओवरकम की होगी, और इसके बाद क्या आपको लगता है कि नहीं वो चैलेंजेस अब मेरे लिए आसान हो गई है क्योंकि अब मैंने कुछ सीख लिया है। आप
मैम, रनिंग सबसे पहले रनिंग नहीं होती थी, अब रनिंग आसान हो गई है इन नेवी में आने के बाद, और बहुत सारी चीज़ें जो आसान हो गई
नेवी में
है।
सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट होती है स्विमिंग। पहले हम नॉन स्विमर थे, बट अब हमको अच्छे से आती है क्योंकि इंस्ट्रक्टर ने हमें सिखाया कि कैसे करना है। अब हम अच्छे से स्विमिंग, फ्लोटिंग, ग्लाइडिंग कर सकते हैं मैम।
So, as a woman, do you feel empowered now?
यस मैम।
So we are right now standing with a few Agniveers. These are boys who are undergoing rigorous training as far as swimming is concerned. Now remember earlier in the morning they had the parade, then they had to go for, they'll be soon going for a weapon simulation training. But right now they're undergoing swimming training sessions and also tests, which is going to be the core for Indian Navy if they have to be absorbed in the Navy as the officers. So आप पहले हमें ये बताएं, आपसे शुरू करते हैं कि आपने अग्निवीर क्यों ज्वाइन किया, आप कहाँ से हो और इसके बाद आपका फ्यूचर प्लान्स क्या है?
बेसिकली मेरा नाम मनोज है, मैं राजस्थान से हूँ और अग्निवीर मैंने ज्वाइन किया है देश को सेवा करने के लिए। और मेरा स्टार्टिंग से सपना था कि मैं देश की सेवा करूँ, आर्मी में जाऊँ, बट आई गॉट अ चांस टू ज्वाइन इंडियन नेवी। और यहाँ के मैं आई डोंट नो स्विमिंग इवन 1%, बट अभी आई एम इन बिग ग्रुप नाउ and learning the swimming and everything, parade, everything. I mean, good.
A lot is being discussed and debated in the public that what is the use of Agniveer, why do you need it, what will these boys do after 4 years, इनका क्या होगा, एक सवाल जो सबके मन में आते हैं। बट आप खुद उस ट्रेनिंग से जा रहे हो, यू नो व्हाट इट इज़ एंड यू probably have a future, that road map that you've made. So can you share with the viewers आपका exactly experience कैसा रहा और बाद में क्या करना चाहेंगे?
Actually, Navy is very professional force. As we all know, there is so much technicalities in the Navy. So when we work in the ships of Indian Navy, so there are so much technicalities. Like there is engine, so we have to work in engines. Okay, after 4 years, we will get so much of opportunities like in PSUs, in public sector undertakings, where there is so much of technical works required, so much of manpower is required, and a good human resource is required in the other fields also. So after getting from the Indian Navy, if we get absorbed in the Indian Navy after 4 years, then it would be good for us. But after, if we get out from the Indian Navy after 4 years, then we will have good opportunities in Indian Railways, because there is technical work in Indian Railways also. Other fields are there for us, and after 4 years we will have a good personality also, good communication and other things. So there would be a lot of opportunity after 4 years, so we don't have any tension about it.
So if I can ask you what kind of an education background you come from, and also what is it that motivated you to apply for this scheme?
Actually, I am doing my graduation. I was doing my graduation from Delhi University, PGDAB College, Lajpat Nagar in Delhi. So I joined NCC, National Cadet Corps. From there, I got so much of influence about the armed forces. I got to know many things about it. So that influenced me to go into the armed forces. I got to know about this scheme in the last year itself, in the June month, I feel. So after I got to know about it, that there would be 4 years of service. So I feel it would be an interesting time to go about it. So I applied for it and I got into the Indian Navy.
Now let me ask you, in terms of the challenges that you faced here, I understand from these two that you were motivated and you wanted to come and also wanted to serve for the country. But coming here, did you feel that it was maybe not an easy decision, but then you thought that I'll be learning something which a normal citizen do not undergo?
हाँ मैम, मेरा नाम राकेश कुमार है, मैं हरियाणा से हूँ और यहाँ पे आके मैम बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है और सीखने को बहुत कुछ मिल रहा है मैम। स्विमिंग सीखने को मिल रहा है। पहले मुझे
आपने क्या क्या नया सीखा यहाँ पे?
यहाँ पे मैं स्विमिंग सीख रहा हूँ मैम। पहले मुझे स्विमिंग बिल्कुल नहीं आती थी, पानी से डर लगता था, लेकिन यहाँ पे आके
पानी से डर लगता था।
लेकिन यहाँ पे आके सर ने सिखाया, पानी से डर निकाल दिया और अब बहुत अच्छा। मैं परेड भी अच्छा कर रहा हूँ। परेड पहले बहुत कम आती थी मुझे और सीखने को बहुत कुछ मिल रहा है मैम। इंडियन नेवी के बारे में यहाँ पे सर्विस सब्जेक्ट, डॉकेट वगैरह सब कुछ पढ़ाया जा रहा है और बहुत नया एक्सपीरियंस है मैम। स्विमिंग के बारे में तो स्पेशल एक्सपीरियंस है मैम। पहले बहुत लगता, लेकिन अब हाँ सीख रहा हूँ मैं धीरे धीरे बहुत कुछ सीख रहा हूँ.
And my last question to you will be, since you've passed out from Delhi University, people say, okay, you're not yet passed out. So people say in Delhi there are so many opportunities. Why should you go for Agniveer? You can go for any other private jobs. But what was your decision?
Actually, I was doing my BSc Honours Computer Science from PGDB College. But as I said that I joined NCC. From that, I got exposure. My friends were very much engaged in physical activities, and they used to go for run and other physical activities they used to do, and parades and all. So that all influenced me, and from there I got to know so much of legendary things like 1971 wars and all. That influenced me to go into the armed forces, and I thought that would be a better way to go into the armed forces.
And my final question to all four of you. All of you would like to join the Indian Navy, because if you join, as I believe that there's going to be a huge competition that will happen for the 25% that will be absorbed for the Indian Navy. Would you be fighting for that, to be in that 25%?
Yes, ma'am. Definitely.
Thank you so much. All the best. So he is one of the trainers who trains the Agniveers on the complexities that a warship, aircraft carrier or a submarine has. And they have simulating models here with which they are taught the basics of a submarine or a ship, which is otherwise not being known. So they have made it in model format, and they have also made it in a way, in a state-of-art manner in this room, where the Agniveers are taught as to how, if they ever get absorbed in the Indian Navy and they are on board a ship, a complex warship carrier, then what is it that they should know, which are the basics. So we are going to now see a demonstration by one of the trainers here.
हम इसको ऑन कर दिया. ऑन करने के बाद वो मशीन नीचे जाता है और इसको लाके ऊपर डालता है.
अच्छा, तो इसमें आप क्या सिखाते हैं उनको एग्जैक्टली, कि कैसे ये वेपन ऊपर जाता है?
ऊपर जाता है, लॉन्च होता है.
लॉन्च होता है. और वेपन यहाँ कहाँ कैसे दिखाते हैं? So right now we are standing at a place where the Agniveers undergo fire training, and that is one of the very crucial ones that you need to learn once you get absorbed in the forces. We have with us one of the trainers who gives that specialized training, Mr. Pradyut Nondi. Sir, can you tell us exactly what kind of training do you undergo? I mean, these boys will undergo, and that you train them over here.
This is the NBCD hard ground. Here we trained them in the three parts. Number one is the defense against NBC warfare, then damage control and firefighting. These are the three parts of the subject, and we train them accordingly. Now here we are train them how to fight with the fire using the portable extinguishers or major firefighting, then using these hoses and this type of various types of firefighting equipments are there, how to use it, everything. Because when they are coming at Chilka, they do not know about this extinguisher and all these things.
These are considered to be very dangerous in a normal life, but in the armed forces you have to learn this.
It is compulsory for each and every person, those who are serving on board or the naval units.
The training will start. I won't take much time, but just to understand how important it is to learn fire extinguishing, right? I mean, that is the question that will come. I mean, be it in the Indian Army, Air Force or the Navy, how crucial it is to learn that.
It is crucial because we are serving on board ship. This is the very congested, and there are a lot of fire hazards are there. In on board ship, you will find there the electrical cables spread out, electrical equipments, also the diesel, petrol, and various fire hazards are there. Any time fire can occur, and one person, if do not know how to operate this type of portable extinguisher, then a little fire will occur the major fire, and then that time it will be quite difficult, because you are the 300 nautical miles from Vizag harbors. That time no fire brigade, nobody will assist you. You are the only persons who can fight the fire, otherwise ship will burn, and along with the ship you will also burn.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir. So we'll now see the training that these Agniveers will go through. And as sir said, that this is one of the very crucial training sessions that one needs to learn. And this is important not just because you're in the armed forces, but also in your daily lives. So let's just watch that. The Navy was one of the first services compared to the Indian Army or the Indian Air Force to have started this Agniveer scheme in terms of recruiting the Agniveers as soon as the government rolled down the Agniveer scheme in June 2022. By November, the Indian Navy in this base at INS Chilka, where I'm currently standing, had started recruiting the Agniveers, both boys as well as girls. At that time, they started recruiting in November 2022. Right now, around 2,597 Agniveers are undergoing training, out of which 273 are women. Now, let me tell you that in terms of training modules, there are no differences between the men and the women. They are undergoing a lot of training exercises, be it arms simulation, be it understanding how a warship works or what are the basic technicalities of a submarine and what is the core that is there in a submarine, even if they are not from an engineering or science background. Now, let's remember in mind that these Agniveers are mostly class 10, class 12 pass outs, or at best they are in the first year of their college year, which is the year of graduation. Come to the fact that how Agniveers are going to be useful. When ABPLive was speaking to some of the Agniveers in this INS Chilka base, they seemed very motivated. They did not seem at all concerned that if they are not going to be recruited within the Indian Navy and if they do not make it to the 25% mark, they are very clear of their future. They have a roadmap ahead which they feel will be opening up a lot. Many opportunities will open up for them because they have learned the skill set here in terms of be it swimming, be it fire drill, be it operating firearms. So what they told us, some of the women Agniveers told ABPLive, is that they are now very clear what they want out of life. Had they been living in where they were, maybe some of them are from semi-urban centers, some are from remote, very rural, remote areas. They told me that had they stayed back and not opted for this scheme, they may not have obtained this kind of specialized training in such a premier institution where they are currently right now, which is INS Chilka. Now, as far as the scheme is concerned, the idea in the first year is to recruit 46,000 of the Agniveers in the first year, and their selection will be the exclusive jurisdiction of the armed forces. So here we are in INS Chilka. We spent a day with the Agniveers and understood what they really want out from this scheme. Even if they don't make it to the forces, they are very clear that they have a very bright future ahead. With Ayan Hussain on camera, this is Nayanima Basu signing off from INS Chilka for ABPLive.